It's now time for another review from the Armies of the Hobbit for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel STF Wargaming Studio. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking and this is my review from the Armies of the Hobbit. It is Azog's Hunters. This army is of course one of the first ones I did for the Hobbit when it came out back in 2012. I painted up, I think that might have been in 2014, I painted up a Azog's Hunters arm list for the Battle Companies campaign we did back then, and yeah, it's been quite a project. I've painted so many wargs and I've painted so much cool things for this army, and I really want to see what kind of differences they made. So Azog's Hunters, of course, is historically allied with Azog's Legions. You could take miniatures from either one and still keep both your armor bonuses, and also the Dark Powers of Dol Guldur. For their convenient allied list, which means they will lose their armor bonus but keep everything else. Dark Denizens Mirkwood, Desolator of the North, which is Smaug, Goblin Town, Moria and the Trolls. The army may include Azog, Bolg, Yazneg, Azog, Fimbul, the Hunter Orc Captains, Hunter Orcs and Fell Wargs. Of course, if you want to see the changes to Azog's profile, just go back and watch the previous video we did in this series and you'll find all about that, and the same for Bolg. Their armor bonus is they strike in the wee small hours when everyone's asleep. Azog's Hunters armor list may include 50% bows rather than 33. Additional all models in the Azog's Hunters armor list have their shoot value improved by 1, which is fantastic. I thoroughly enjoy that part, and I did take an Azog's Hunters armor list to 2017 Norwegian Masters and I placed 2nd or 3rd, I can't remember. But it was, I played with Azog, Bolg, Yazneg, Azog and Fimbul. So I played all 5 heroes, no warriors at all, just pure cavalry, and that was fun. That was so much fun. So first hero we'll take a look at, since we already spoke about Bolg and Azog in the previous video, is of course Yazneg. Yazneg is an Orc infantry hero and a hero of fortitude. His stat line is not been any changes to since the There and Back Again supplement, although there is one significant change, which is that he only has a two-handed axe unless you give him the lance option. So if he is charged, even when he carries a lance, he must choose to use his two-handed axe, so will gain a -1 penalty, which I don't necessarily like, because I feel with his fight value, low fight value of 4, he could presumably be taken out quite quickly. He still has the Price of Failure ability that has now been made a passive ability. It was just an ability earlier on, and he retains the Expert Rider and the option for a Fell Warg. So no real changes other than that. He cannot use any other options but the lance or the two-handed axe. When it comes to Azog, he is a hero of fortitude as well, so he can also lead 12. His stat line is not changed at all, but he now has access to Morgul arrows. So even though you have Bolg, well, if you don't have Bolg in this army, you'll still have Morgul arrows in the list. And the lethal aim ability, which gives him a free point of might when shooting, so either to hit, to wound or modifying in the way rolls, still applies, and he retains Expert Rider. He also has access to Heroic Accuracy, of course he does, since he's a shooty hero, and I forgot to mention that Yazneg has access to Heroic Strike. We come along to Fimbul the Hunter, and he's totally unchanged. Nothing fun or sad happening with him. He is a hero fortitude, so again he can lead 12. He has access to Heroic Strike. He still has the Huntmaster, which means he can charge through terrain, and he doesn't suffer any penalties for moving in terrain either. And he retains his Expert Rider. And then if you want marching and don't have Bolg or Azog in the army, you of course have to have a Hunter Captain. Now again, points and stat line has been unchanged. Hero 40 dudes who can lead 12, has access to Heroic March as all captains do, but most key is that both warriors and Hunter captains has had a change regarding their weapon. So you might have seen on the spruce, because of course there isn't a Hunter captain. So on the spruce for the Hunter Orcs in plastic, you have a mixture of weapons. Most of them are swords, but you also have one-handed military picks and stuff like that. They are now armed as by default with swords, so you actually have to pay a point for the warriors or 5 points for the heroes to take something else than a sword, which is good because I feel like taking the many blade special rule you could have, because they have 2 swords, you can change one of them to something else and have access to several strikes. So it is good, but they do come with it in the pack, so you have to actually spend more points than you would normally if you want to play them straight out of the box. So the Hunter Orc Warriors again hasn't changed except for the weaponry, and the Fell Wargs are the same as ever. Of course, Fell Sight is a bit less useful now that the Elven Cloak rule has been amended a bit, but it is still a very good ability. So that was short and sweet, but that is my review of the changes for the army of Azog's Hunters. Now, when it comes to playability just by itself, I have, as I said, taken actually a worse version of this in the Norwegian Masters and placed quite high. I feel like it is a mobile army with an all-evil hero army. But even as an army with loads of arrows, this was just after, I think, There and Back Again came out, so I could use my Morgul arrows back then as well. But I feel like it's a good army to play. It is cheap, at least the warriors are cheap. You get both the Hunter Orcs on foot and mounted, as well as the Fell Wargs loose, all in plastic. You can convert your own captains from those boxes, and you have Fimbul, Azog, Yazneg, Bolg and Azog all available currently. Only thing isn't available is a mounted version of Azog, as well as Azog with heavy armor and the stone flail, but that will come out very, very soon, as seen on the Warhammer community page just days ago. So we will get that model, not mounted of course, that has to be converted, but it looks like a very, very clear conversion, and the Thorin that comes out in the same kit will also be very easy to convert on a Wargoat in my mind, so that will be perfect. So thank you for watching this review of the Azog's Hunters army list. Please join me next time as I will be reviewing the Dark Powers of Dol Guldur. Until then, I've been Andreas, Norwegian Viking. Please comment, like, share and subscribe, and do consider supporting STF on Patreon using the link in the description below, as it is a fantastic way for you to support our efforts here at the studio, and it gives us the monetary means to expand, improve and give you more cool videos each and every day, each and every week. So if that's at all interesting for you, click the link in the description below, but more importantly, support your hobby.